What's going on, YouTube? Mr. Almighty is here, and we are back again with some more Atlanta Falcons content. You did what I'm saying. So now this is media day again, another media day. This is the Kevin Stefanski's first OTA meeting. So teams with new head coaches get they get what is we get earlier access to practices and OTAs and stuff because we got a new head coach, so they give them special privilege to do that. So we one of the teams that's already in OTAs and everything. So this is Kevin Stefanski's first time addressing the media since we started OTA. So make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share it to your fans and family, turn your notifications on so you know when I post new content. Ooh, sorry about that. Let's jump off into the video.
Today, really pleased with where the guys are. They're working very hard with a lot of work.
Today is day 2.
Done, but excited to be out there. As you guys know, OTAs, you can finally go against each other, offense and defense. So we'll have
and then it should be veterans and
team today, a couple good periods of 7-on-7
rookies too.
But really the focus as we do those 7-on-7s, those teams, the focus still remains fundamentals and techniques. I know it's a boring thing to hear, and I know it sounds like coach speak, but
because
we will focus so much on.
I gotta remember, pause it before I talk. Nah, that's not boring because last year, if we would have did a lot of fundamental, technically sound things, we would have won some games. I.e., the Colts game, the first Tampa Bay Bucks game. Missing those field goals was purely based on doing your regular basic techniques and making the kick. Come on, man.
On those little things, all the techniques at all positions, that'll be the main focus of everything we do throughout this offseason program. But really happy with the effort that the guys are displaying out there on the field, in the weight room, in the meeting room. Really a team that is working very, very hard, and I appreciate that. So, but with that, I'll take any questions.
Social media team posted some videos last week that went somewhat viral with the fan base. So Michael Penix, we haven't seen him on the field. Obviously, he torn his ACL last November. How's he doing? How much is he able to do? That type of thing.
Well, you'll see today, and Mike's been doing a very good job. Like I've told you guys since the beginning, his main focus is getting healthy, and he's doing that. Now, with that, he's able to do more and more football at the direction of our medical staff. So we've been working hand in hand with what that looks like. So you will see Mike out there, an individual. You'll see him in the 7-on-7s. He is not doing team periods yet, but that time is coming.
Of course. Which is good. I like the timetable he's on. Everything, to me, I'm going to say it like this. To me, everything points to him he probably going to be starting week 1. Now, if he doesn't start week 1, I'm not tripping about that or anything. But I don't see him being out too long this season. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that, I have confidence in Tua. You feel me? I just see Tua out there in that uniform. Tua look like he was supposed to be an Atlanta Falcon a little bit. I don't know. But we gonna see. It's good to know that he's gonna be out there in the 7-on-7. He getting connection with some of his newer receivers that's on the team and getting reconnected and stuff with his old guys. You know what I'm saying? He had missed a significant amount of time with those guys, all those guys actually, because some of them were injured and out. Drake was out. Pitts, I don't think Pitts was out any, but Penix was out. So right now it's about probably somewhat lightly getting the playbook down and working on techniques and really getting the veteran guys and the younger guys to mesh together. That's what kind of OTAs is.
How do you plan to split snaps at QB?
Very intentionally. I think it's our job. I think Tommy Reese does an outstanding job of making sure that we're intentional about how we want this to operate. And one guy will be up first one period and then switch at the next period and rotate every single day and really almost every drill because the truth is we're trying to get the best version of all of our players. So we want to mix and match guys in different spots.
What do you want
Yes,
from
sir.
you, like right now? Like for you in a month from now to say, hey, he had a really good month. What does it look like?
I think for the quarterback room in particular, it's grasping our system, taking the lead of that or in that regard, and then going and operating at a high level in these practices. As you guys well know, 7-on-7 is an offensive drill. There's no pass rush out there. So you'll see our offensive line out there so that they feel players around them. But it's really a passing drill that is skews the advantage to the offense. So we want our guys to operate well in those periods and pitch and catch at a good clip. And then in the team periods and everything else we're doing, just having a very good command of what we're doing and why we're doing it.
To that point,
Unlike last year, if you would have asked Raheem Morris some type of question like that, he would have probably told you, "Oh, we're just gonna let them guys go out there, run around, get the after it, attack, and do all this." He would probably told you some whole total bull crap. Like he would have just told you a bunch of things they were doing. It would have had no plan to it or anything. He would have just told you a bunch of stuff that make you think, "Oh, he knows what he's doing." No, he actually had a plan, went detailed, and actually a purpose, and like he said, intentional with it.
points that you see from guys out on the field that show you that they are absorbing kind of the install of what y'all are doing?
It's a good question. I think we've been at this for a little bit now, so you get to see guys, the veterans that were here in April, that have heard the same install now a couple times, and this is not new. That being said, there are mistakes, and that's okay. This is the time of the year where you're going to make a mistake, and then we're going to learn from it. We're going to identify the reasons that it was made, and we're going to correct them. So I think you're seeing from certainly the veterans that have been around, you're seeing them continue, God bless you, seeing them continue to get better
Real
in
P.
each rep, get better in each practice. The younger
Real
players, the
P.
rookies,
He
less time
said,
on
"God
task,
bless
if
you,"
will.
right in
So,
the middle. He got you. I got you, young brother.
Our job as coaches is to get them up to speed ASAP, and I think the rookies have really understood that, and they're going to learn at their own pace as well.
As you go about kind of evaluating the quarterback competition, are there individual things you're looking for each guy differently, or is it more about the unit and the team's success?
It's a good question. I think as coaches, as position coaches, you want your room, your position to perform well, and you certainly look at it globally in that regard. Also, for us as coaches and us as teachers, we want to focus on each individual player, and all of our players are in different points of their career and are dealing with, maybe it's dealing with injury or dealing with a new system or whatever it might be. So that's the part of the challenge for us as coaches, is getting the best version of our players. So there's not a number of, hey, we need you to be this percentage in a drill. We're not. This is really a all-encompassing evaluation. I know the calendar says May. I know we play in September, but we want to make sure that we're doing our job throughout this offseason program, again, to just get the best version of our players.
Are you in your
Damn, sounds like a brush of fresh. Man, smells like a brush of fresh there.
Staff?
Yeah, I know what the hell I mean.
Quarterback mechanics, or do you let guys kind of throw the way they throw, or do you have certain things that are non-negotiable for you, and then they build the rest of it?
It's a good question. I think having Alex Van Pelt on staff, who has played this game at a high level, has coached a bunch of different players. Having Matt Ryan here, Matt is somebody that I can sit with and look at technique, and we can talk through it. I think it's so dependent on the player. When they get to our level, a lot of what we're doing is making sure that they're efficient with what they're doing. And we coach so much on the footwork because everything comes ground up when you're talking about technique. A lot of players, how they throw the ball.
And last year, a lot of things, even a couple of times during the year, Matt Ryan had covered some of our games, and he said something about Penix's footwork and Kirk Cousins' footwork. Actually, honestly, Matt Ryan has said something about, I think down there, every quarterback we've had since he's left, since he's went to like being in the booth and he was covering some of our games, every quarterback we had ever since then, he said something about their footwork, which is crazy.
Anatomically is how they've always thrown it, so you don't want to get too into the weeds of changing releases and those type of things. Having said that, there are subtle quarter turn adjustments that I think you can make with technique, and that may be where the toe is
Easier way to throw it.
Maybe how you're transferring your weight from your back foot. It may be how you finish your throw. So I think it's all of the above. You know, I equate it a lot of times to golf and swing thoughts. You know, you can't give too many swing thoughts, and now you have nothing. You're not really focused on anything. But
Gotcha.
With quarterbacks, by and large, once they're at our level, we're making them the most efficient that they can be with their current mechanics, if you will.
With Mike's recovery, are you at a point now where you feel like the time you can narrow a timetable down to wanting him to be at a certain point at a certain date? Is the goal for him to be a full participant? But
yeah, you know, that's not really where we are thinking at this point. Really focused on OTA number 2, and of course we've looked at the calendar, we've talked about those things, but definitely as a staff, definitely for Mike, we kind of have the blinders on and are really just looking at what's in front of us.
It's no secret that we
Thank you for focusing on the task at hand, not trying to look forward at other things, not paying attention and handling business what's in front of you. Because we had a coaching staff last year that kind of did that, and they look past the team, which I don't know why they thought they was that good of a coaching staff to do that. I'm really only talking about 2 people, but you know what I'm saying.
When you were in Cleveland, you dealt with a lot of quarterback adversity. What do you believe is really important during this time for you guys as coaches, between you and AVP, to set up a situation that is successful come time where you have to make those decisions?
That's crazy.
I
AVP.
think just with this being the greatest team game there is, I know so much of the focus goes to that position, and I understand that. But our job as coaches is to find a way to win on Sundays with our players and maximize the talents of our individual players. Obviously, the quarterback position goes to the forefront of those discussions. But for myself, for Coach Van Pelt, for Coach Reese, the idea here is to keep a narrow focus and worry about what's in front of us. And if you have that mentality, I do believe that individually and collectively you can get a little bit better every single day. And then those type of speaking quarterback-wise, those type of decisions that you have to make, those are down the road, but we don't want to keep our focus there. We want to really be where our feet are, if you will.
To that point, that when you're in the meeting room with Michael, who's kind of, I know that AVP is kind of like their guy, but are you in those meetings? Is Tanner in there?
Yeah.
Tommy? Like, how do you make sure that it's, as you said before, it's one voice talking to those guys?
I do think, Tori, it's a good question. I think that one voice is
That's totally McElhaney.
And the good news is, having worked with Coach Van Pelt, worked with Coach Reese, we speak the same language so that our players are hearing the same thing. I will tell you, it's a fun group to be with. You walk in, and I am in those meetings, and you sit there, and you have AVP at the front of the table. You have Tommy, obviously, in those meetings. You have Jordan Reed, our assistant quarterbacks coach, and then you have quarterbacks that are all in various stages of their career. Trevor Simeon, Tua, Mike, Jack Strand. It's fun with having Trevor in there now, and Trevor and I were together in 2018 back at the Vikings. But through his career chronologically. Yeah.
Remember, I knew him and Stefanski had some type of connection, because I was like, dang, Trevor Simeon, for some reason, that when we picked him up, I was cool with picking him up. I was just like, dang, I was trying to figure out what the connection, and he was over there at the freaking Vikings. I thought it was somewhere else that Trevor Simeon was, where Kevin Stefanski was a coach, but it was the Vikings. Okay. That's good to know.
And name all the teams. And it was hard for him, but he did it. He also has played on 2 teams twice for different staffs, Tennessee and the Jets. So he has a wealth of knowledge, and those rooms are fun. There's a lot of football and X's and O's that gets accomplished in there, but not before you get to start talking about families and where people are. So I give a lot of credit to AVP for that room and the temperature, if you will, of that room, making sure that everybody in there is pushing each other. I think there's a way to be a great teammate and to push each other, and also do it in a way that is best for the football team. And I think that's that's what I witness
All right,
in that room.
we're back.
On the injury front, not Penix, but some of the other guys who missed some time last year, Braylon Trice, Troy Anderson, Billy Bowman. Do you have any updates on where they are in their recoveries?
Yeah, good question. I'm not going to go through each person. I would tell you everybody's doing really well. They're all in different stages of what they can do
Yeah.
and when.
At
You'll
least
see
they
some guys,
at least he got
when we go
something
individual,
for him.
go off to the
Unlike
side and
we
do
thought,
some individual work, but
I keep forgetting to pause. Yeah, unlike last year, we thought Troy Anderson was dead. We thought Brent. We don't know what was going on with Braylon Trice. So it's like it feels good to hear something from these guys.
everybody's on a good timeline. Very pleased with how they're working.
Do you think we're going to see him at any point at the OTAs, or
You'll see him out there, going through walkthroughs right now, working off to the side, but he's doing really well.
And that's a testament to Billy and his hard work, because to come back from a Achilles tear late in the season, because we played, because was that the first or the second Saints game is where he got hurt. I want to say that was the first Saints game that we played and he had got hurt, because I feel like we went on the road. Yeah, we were on the road, and because the Saints came back and played us. Yeah, it was the first Saints game. Around that time, surprising he came back. He's making a great progression and maybe possibly playing. Now, I don't expect him to kind of play. If he does play, I don't expect him to be here in the middle of the season. I don't see it until the middle of the season. Let me not say expect.
Kevin, I know you and your staff evaluated kind of the roster extensively when you got here, but in your experience, how much learning is there still be done for a staff once you get all these guys out here on the field and you get to work as close with them?
You have to guard against making too strong proclamations from what's out there on the grass, because like I mentioned, the guys are in helmets. They're not in shells. They're not in pads. There's no tackling. Sometimes there's no pass rush. So you do have to guard against saying, in either direction, that there's a evaluation of a player on such a small sample size, if you will, and an imperfect sample size. That's why I said before, it's an all-encompassing evaluation. I want to see how you work in the weight room. I want to see how you are in the meeting rooms. Obviously, we watch what's going on in the drills. Are you accomplishing what we're asking you to accomplish, all the while realizing that there's still training camp for the pads to come on. There's still preseason games. There's so much that's in front of us, but we'll just kind of keep our focus on today.
Yeah, don't get hurt.
With Tua being able
Knock
to
on
go
wood.
full activities and Michael,
I had to knock on some wood.
to be mindful of, like we have to try to make sure that Michael's getting as much as he can, even in the kind of limited scope of what he can do on the practice field.
I think really we're focused on making sure each quarterback gets the reps that they need for that given day, so that they can, number one, learn our system, perform and command our system, if you will, and then also add to the part of an evaluation.
And notice one thing that he is saying. He's saying system, not learning plays and stuff like that. Tom Brady had a thing about that he was saying a lot of reason that these quarterbacks are coming out bad is because they're learning just plays, not an actual system, not how to read defense and stuff like that. Here, you gonna learn.
We take all those things in mind as we set the reps, as we work in the meeting rooms. We're thinking about all those type of things.
Cash Jones was getting reps at wide receiver during rookie camp. Is that just testing things out with him, or more of a permanent move?
Yeah, gotten to know Cash through the draft process, and then
I thought I almost messed up.
Camp. I think this is a very, very smart football player. Obviously, UGA fans know the type of player he is and the plays that he's made in the course of his career. I mean, I'm so impressed with who he is as a person. The intelligence part of this, you can't just have a guy go from running back to wide receiver or vice versa if they're not intelligent. I think Cash has shown that he's able to do that. We're going to continue to work him in different spots, including special teams, which is a big part for any player trying to make a roster, and certainly in this case for Cash, but definitely see him with the ability to line up in multiple spots. And if you are multiple and if you're versatile, you give yourself a chance in this league.
To me, I think Cash, I don't know why I keep looking over here. I'm so used to My bad. I think Cash Jonas is down there as good as on the team. This is just my opinion. No facts behind it. Just strictly speculation. And the reason I say that is because, for one, this is an undrafted guy, which we know he is from Georgia. I mean, he played at Georgia, so we know and we want to talk about him. But an undrafted guy getting brought up in the media this early on? Oh, yeah, we seen Cash on that. Yeah. And I like that they putting my boy out there in different multiple roles that he actually does. So I feel like for that, they're using him how he was being used at Georgia. He's going to make the team. I easily see Cash Jones being the third down back over Nathan Carter and whoever. I know we brung in one other running back, but I see him being the third down back.
The accelerator program is happening down in Orlando right now. I know Brick is one of those.
We just talked about this yesterday on my live stream show yesterday. We had just talked about the acceleration program and Jeff Ulbrich bringing on it.
One of the individuals that's participating. Your thoughts on the accelerator program just in general as an avenue to get coaches seen and a part of these conversations?
Well, yeah, I think it's an outstanding program that they run. You have a lot of people down there that are sitting on the other side of the table of those interviews. So I think it's important that we can take advantage as coaches of those moments of sitting across from, a president.
This is going to be the last question, most likely.
Owner of a club where you can have a real honest conversation and they can get to know you because, as we all know, that time in hiring season is fast and furious. So I think it's important that the people who are making those type of decisions get exposure to people like Coach Ulbrich. And, I think the world of Brick, as you guys know, and I think he's more than deserving for that opportunity when it comes. But he's doing a nice job of being there. Like he's, I'm sure he would rather in some ways be here and working and he's watching the tape on his iPad. But I think it's important that he's there and he lets people know kind of who he is and what he's about. And we'll hold down the fort until he gets back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium is going to be grass for the World Cup coming up. You have any feeling either way about the grass versus turf debate?
Play in the parking lot if they want us to.
Hey.
Fair enough.
Hey, Coach Stefanski knows. Hey, I go play in the parking lot if they want me to. But yeah, the accelerated program is basically for guys who basically are in line to be head coaches. So it's not for just the coaches, it's for coaches and people who are taking on like higher roles in the front office, like GMs and stuff like that. So it's basically helping them get seen and integrated into that. Okay, these are the guys going to be the candidates next year. I kind of like that though. It helps expose more coaches to being able to get a chance. Because when I read the article, it says they want to expand and diversify no matter the demographic. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But yeah, man, I'm happy for Ulbrich. Well, we're going to see what happens with that because Ulbrich did say he didn't really want to be a head coach. And I'm pretty sure he didn't like how that head coaching experience that he had got up there with the Jets. He didn't like how that went. But we're going to see. So.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Hey, and there you have it, man. Make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share it to your fans and family, and turn your notifications on so you know when I post new content. Until next time, stay blessed, stay fresh. Shalom.